Hello, I'm Bernie Norcott-Mahany. I work at the Kansas City Public Library at the Blueford branch and also at Johnson County Community College. And through the month of April I am reading poems aloud because poems are meant to be heard, and I thought I would take my shot at saying them so that you could hear them. I'm rather fond of poetry, and I try to read some poetry on a regular basis. And when I read poetry, I always try to read it aloud. So sometimes that means I have to go away by myself so as not to disturb someone else. But I think if you don't hear the sounds, then you're really missing a lot of the power of the poems. So for today, I thought we would actually look at one of the great masters of English poetry, John Milton. And this is a short poem of his. Milton is most famous for his epic poem, Paradise Lost. That epic poem he actually composed while he was blind. Milton went blind in his 40s, and he had to dictate the poems of his later life, which included Paradise Lost, to secretaries, to his daughter in some cases, and then he would hear them, read back, and then he would edit them that way. So it's actually sort of amazing that he was able to do that. It meant that he carried a lot of this around in his head. But this is his poem about his blindness. It's called On His Blindness. So, On His Blindness by John Milton. When I consider how my light is spent ere half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent to serve therewith my Maker and present my true account, lest he returning chide. Doth God exact day labor, light denied? I fondly ask. But patience, to prevent that murmur, soon replies, God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly. Thousands at his bidding speed, and post o'er land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. And of course that final line has become sort of a cliche. It seems to me, I've seen it in lots of films, especially British films or something like that, where people are talking about duty, and they also serve who only stand and wait. Here, the point is, Milton is on the one hand complaining about his blindness, that it's getting in the way of what he considers his work in the world. And the reply is, this isn't so much God doing this to you, but there's an opportunity here for you to patiently endure. Milton was a talented man. He was a politically active man. His blindness must have hit him hard, and so this poem, I think, is a nice sort of wrestling with that idea in public. So that was On His Blindness by John Milton, and another poem tomorrow.